All right, man. Let's talk about Charlo and Plant. Should they still fight? I don't mind it. Gary Anton Russell lost to Puello and came back and beat Jose Venezuela. So, you know, yeah. Let's see what if Charlo still got that dog in him. Now, should he fight Residence in? I don't know. I think he should be in the mix. You know what I'm saying? I think he should be in the mix. But the way Charlo got slapped, of course he want to get back. And I'm gonna talk about Plant possibly retiring too. So, yeah, you see the way he looked, but two different styles too. Residence in, he gonna bring the pressure. He gonna bring relentless Mexican pressure. With Charlo, you know what I'm saying? He's more calculated, more technical. You know what I'm saying? He gonna take his time. He gonna systematically break you down with that jab. You know what I'm saying? And for the thing about Caleb Plant, he hasn't learned to be an efficient all around fighter. That's the only problem. He don't know how to be stationary and be effective stationary. And Mayweather, once he really came to 140, Mayweather stopped moving so much. He became more efficient. At some part of your career, you have to be more efficient. Michael Jordan, yeah, he used to jump and score, but he knew his legs wasn't going to carry, his athleticism wasn't going to carry him his whole career. So now he went to the mid-range game. You know what I'm saying? Now, back to the basket, preserve his legs. It's more efficient. You know what I'm saying? You seeing SGA, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham. They kind of Paul Pierce game. It's just efficient. I'm not burning a lot of energy to get a shot. And just to make that comparison, when you look at Caleb Plant, he burns a lot of energy moving. He's jittery. He's reactive. He's too reactive. He needs to be patient, learn to be stationary, learn to pick his shots, and like I said, find go-to combinations. And I would say I wouldn't worry about trying to hurt people. I just worry about just trying to land clean and effective. He got the hand speed. Live off that jab. Mayweather went up to 147. It became jab, left hook, right hand. Jab, right hand. Lead, right hand. Left hook, right hand. Stab to the body. Oh, it's just figuring out what works for you. And I think for him, he has to understand that. When you're dealing with those pressure fighters, moving away is not the answer. That's the wrong answer. Not right away. The correct answer is, okay, let's go to him. Let's push him back. You know what I'm saying? Let's touch the body. You fight those guys. That's very important. Touching that body. Let's walk him down. When he started coming in, then let's set traps with the uppercut, left hook. Let's double up to the body. Let's throw combination punches. Let's not put the emphasis on the power. Let's just make sure we turn the shots over correctly and they land accurately. Let me make sure I got my jab going. He can't walk me down if I'm with my jab. And a lot of these guys, they got the same jab for any situation. That's like, shit, I'm going to wear these Jordan 12s to a funeral. I'm gonna wear them to hoop. I'm going to wear them to lift. I'm going to wear them to a white party. I'm going to wear them, you know what I'm saying? I'm wearing them to my construction job. No, nigga. You got to have different jabs for different situations. Maybe come out there and surprise them with a stiff power jab. Then maybe you come in with that Larry Holmes peppering jab, changing the timing on the jab. So that's really his problem. He's being more efficient. He wastes too much energy. Way too much energy. And as you get older, you start to make that cut at 68. It's gonna cut into them legs. I'm telling you, it's gonna cut your legs. So, but yeah, for me personally, he can still beat Charlo. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. He still can go in there and beat Charlo. I'm not paying for it, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. But if I'm him, I ain't getting too down after a loss. I'm just saying, okay, just figure out what you need to do. And when you fighting pressure fighters, because you don't see them too often no more. Your first instinct is to move. I'm telling you, Once they get into a rhythm and walking you down, it's hard to break that rhythm, bro. I always equate it to, you know, if you got a boulder coming downhill, once it's coming downhill, you ain't gonna be able to stop it. But before it get down the hill, if you can push it back to safety, you got a chance before it get to rolling. Don't let them fighters get on that front foot. You go towards them. You break their rhythm. But the thing about pressure fighters, they can find a rhythm any time in the fight. That's the problem. When they can, but when you a boxer and they drag you into a brawl, it's hard to create that distance. So like I said before, if you're gonna make it a brawl, or you gonna brawl with them, brawl on your turn, push them back. I would just work on him just going back. We're pushing guys backwards. You know, punch variety, combination punches, dig into the body. You know, rest in peace to Mike McCallum too. I see Mike McCallum that passed away, the body snatcher. Work on body punching, shoe shine into the body. But as far as that fight, Charlo don't bring that pressure, but he a good conditioned athlete. You know, I don't know if his conditioning all the way back, but he a good conditioned athlete. And then you got to deal with the jab of Charlo. You know, you're gonna deal with that jab. You know, question to be had. You got to deal with that jab. So, but I still watch it. But even behind the paywall would be interesting. I'm not paying for it, but it's still a good fight. Still a good fight. It ain't like, you know, Charlo beat a world beater. Like this. If I lost to Muhammad Ali and you lost to Jermall Miller, you know what I'm saying? It's not, or you beat Jermall Miller. That don't mean I can't go in there and whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? And somebody was saying that they feel that allegedly that Thomas Lamont is a dive fighter. I don't know much about that, but don't surprise me. That's the nigga name, Adrian Granados. And I said he was the old PBC punching bag, the old PBC used condom. No disrespect, Adrian Granados. But yeah, I was talking about Adrian Granados in that Lamont, one of them Lamont videos I did. Yeah, I was talking about him. I couldn't remember his name for shit. 2-3 days later, here it go. Yeah, talking about dog. But yeah, I mean, I still should do it, but I know regular prime TV, they ain't gonna do that shit. So, but you know, well, Residence kind of seemed like he was on the same level as Thomas Lamont, but he came to fight. And you know, Caleb Plant said he felt like he had a good camp and he didn't make no excuses. Fight wasn't close, to my opinion. So if I'm Charlo, I'm licking my chops. Caleb Plant don't hit hard. He ain't durable. Of course, what I got to worry about? Even if he boxed my ears off, he always fade down the stretch. Always. He wastes too much fucking energy, bro. And then when you don't punch the hardest, the problem is when you don't punch the hardest, you got to be a great body puncher. When you don't punch the hardest and you ain't got great condition, you got to be a better body puncher. Especially when you're fighting a pressure fighter, the body punching is what separates pressure fighters. Because they zapping your energy, they bring your hands down, and now they clip you to the head. That's what separates them. You know? That's what separates them. So you fighting on pressure fighters, they usually high energy, high stamina. You gotta touch the body. You gotta touch the body. My thing is, if you got your blinkers on, if your blinkers is on, why are you in the fast lane? That's what I really be like. It's a lot of incompetence on the road. Like I said, this dude is in the fast, and I won't even let him over. So I get it, bro. I get it. People are just dicks. I used to drive like trucks for a little bit, man. I get it, bro. That shit ain't no hope. I give you that, bro. I used to buy like vans and trucks and shit for a minute. Especially when you got shit strapped in, you got shit in the weight distribution is so much different, bro. Most people don't understand that. even in a regular sleeve van or what you call them now, those sprinter vans, the weight is different in that motherfucker, bro. So you can't really stop in front of a truck. You gonna, like, they call it the dead zone or the danger zone for trucks. It was like 30, 40 feet in front of the truck. You can't really cut trucks off because they can't control what's in that. Just if the truck is empty. The tar weight of the truck, you know. So a lot of people don't understand that shit, bro. Like, play with your life if you want to. But that's all I had to say. I still like to see it. Stream team, I'm the stream team on that one. But hey, hit the link in the description. Follow your boy on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.